Yeah, so I had the pleasure of seeing the new Nightmare on Elm Street, and I could tell you, not as good as I thought it would be. I was hoping it'd be a little bit better. Some of the disappointments that I had in it was it fails basically to capture what the original did, and that was kind of make the nightmare scary. What I notice is that the film basically doesn't really allow you to determine whether it's a nightmare or reality because right away it tells you this is a nightmare and just enjoy it. Freddy, who is played by I think his name is Jackie Earl Harley, um, very he was pretty good, but he doesn't capture what Robert Englund captures, and Robert Englund was able to especially in the first Nightmare, maybe the second Nightmare, there was a very dark feeling towards him. And although the new Freddy is, he's got that dark feel, it just doesn't have that feel that Robert Englund gave to the character. And maybe it's because Robert Englund created the character. Who knows? The rest of the actors, for the most part, they're your usual typical um, teenage slasher actors. I mean, there's really not many that stand out except for maybe the gentleman who plays Quentin in the movie, I think his name was Kyle Gallagher, and he was really good, but everyone else, I mean, it's a little lackluster. Um, and then just the direction of the movie, doesn't go anywhere where Wes Craven, I think, intended for the original to go. Um, I believe Sam Bailey, who directed this film, I mean, he's directed countless music videos. And when he came in, he said that he did not want to make this a campy Nightmare on Elm Street. He wanted to make this serious. But if you really watch the original Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one is very, very serious and very dark. And I think this one, except for maybe a few kills, I mean, this one's really not that dark. It's not campy, but it's not dark. And I think overall, um, if you'd hold this up to the original Nightmare on Elm Street, it's not going to hold up. I think this one will probably fade out. Now it was number one over the weekend, but I think it will quickly fade, and probably get a sequel too. But is it worth it? Probably not. Now that's not to say that this movie didn't have any pros, because one of the things I did like from the movie is um, a little bit of the motive behind Freddy. I liked how they linked the characters together and kind of link them to Freddy, which I thought was actually really really well done. And it's not just these are just kids, and I really enjoyed the fact that they did do that. I just wish they would have done it better. Overall, I'd give the movie a star and a half. It's out of all the horror remakes that have come out, it's probably I wouldn't say it's the worst, but it's definitely not the best. And I think it's another lesson to Hollywood that good good horror films, good slasher films do not need to be remade, especially a Nightmare on Elm Street. It still holds its own. I think the original is still scary. I mean, I think if you just sit people down and have them watch the original Nightmare on Elm Street, they're going to be scared. And and I think in this one, it's not as scary. I mean, there's some pretty cool death scenes, but I mean, most of it is really not that scary. So, my opinion, if you want to go see Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe wait for it to be on demand, or wait to be in the red box, because I think if you put $10.50 in it, you might be a little disappointed at the movie theater. Thank you.